everyone, how are we all doing? Hope you're all well. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're an avid watcher already, like and subscribe, tell your mates. Come on, it helps the algorithms. But behind me, what is this? An Evo 9. If you've watched any of our videos before, you might have seen that we have done a review on an Evo 9, but this is an extra special one, so it begs to have more of an in-depth look at it. In particular, this is a FQ320. Clues in the name, 320 horsepower, but actually from factory they're about 326, 330 horsepower, so it's a bit misleading. This one is even more misleading, but we will get to that in a minute. On the outside, one of the best, most sought after colours on an Evo 9 is Ruri Blue, so obviously it's ours, it's Ruri Blue. As well as that, we have lots of carbon, extreme carbon to be exact, so we have the front splitter, side skirts, rear spats, rear diffuser, vortex generator, that's this bit at the top here, so generates all the vortexes, gives you actually more downforce and fires it down onto that carbon bladed spoiler even better, which is actually standard. Walking around the outside, we have custom works wheels as well, so these are actually a staggered fitment, so the fronts are actually thinner to the back, which is quite rare on an Evo, but looks absolutely on the money on this. We have Godspeed brakes all round with colour matched original Brembos to the car as well, which look really, really cool. Should probably talk about what's under the bonnet, because there's been many monies spent under there. So what are we dealing with? Obviously these are powered by a full G63 engine. So internally, the engine's got I-beam connecting rods, Wiesco pistons, we have ACL bearings. What else do we have? ARP hardware, so all the bolts, studs, everything like that's ARP, bulletproof stuff. So it's fully forged. Turn 12 tubular manifold, turn 12 intercooler kit, big old intercooler hanging out the front, and all of that is to feed that massive Turbo Technics turbo which is down there. So instead of producing around the 330 horsepower mark, this now produces 552. 552 horsepower in an Evo will be insane. Generally, all you need to do to make an Evo quick is put some good suspension on it. This has got Meister R's on it. A really nice fast road alignment, good tyres, good wheels, and they're pretty much unbeatable on a track. But if you throw some power into them like this is getting up to, it's not quite double, but it's getting up there, the power than standard. It should be absolutely incredible. So, now all we have to do, Nathan, if you've seen these before, is come and get in the car and we've got for a little drive, yes? Come on. Hello everybody, we are inside this lovely Evo 9 FQ 552. I'm going to be honest, obviously this is it's a vague review, but yeah, one thing that usually gripes me in an Evo is you can never get the seats low enough, and the first thing I've noticed is I'm sat right down in the perfect position. This has got lowered or modified seat rails in it, so they're actually at a position which suits me and I feel a lot more comfortable. Steering wheels are very nice in these. Do I like the look of them? Unsure, but they're really comfortable. Evos haven't particularly aged very well inside. Again, that's probably going to upset a few people, but we're being honest. But the reason I say that is because with a Japanese performance car, you're paying for the drivetrain and the seats. That's what you're paying for. All the rest, like the aesthetics on the inside, that doesn't matter. You're paying for the seats are the expensive bit and the drivetrain. So that's where the money is. Obviously we're sat in Recaros, they're extremely comfortable. Recaros are always comfortable. But back to the car, the Meister R coilovers run extremely well. They just flow really nice. These feel like they're set up really well. The alignment feels really good. The dampening's set about where I'd have it. I'd probably have it a little bit more stiffer because I'm a young whippersnapper and I like bouncing around all over the road. But yeah, it's just my style. Drive's really nice, brakes are really good. Obviously there's still the standard Brembos all round, albeit I think it's got braided lines because of how the pedal feels. It feels a lot more solid. Godspeed disc and pads and all of those good things, which are obviously very good, tried and tested on all performance Evos. Another thing I haven't mentioned is this has got, instead of having the 6-speed transmission, this has got the 5-speed, which is actually stronger. Why is that stronger? Obviously because there's less gears in it. They could make the gears actually bigger, so you've actually got more of a surface area engaging on the teeth.
so there's less likelihood of actually stripping a gear when you want to run big power. So all around, it's very good. This is a low mileage example one as well. I think it's nearly on 56,000 miles, which is very low for an Evo 9. If you're going to look at an Evo and you want to buy one, there's a few key things you need to look at. Obviously you need to check the engine's all good and stuff like that, like any car. Obviously no smoke, boosts well, no crunches from the gearbox, no noises from the centre diff transfer box or anything like that, because they are very costly, as well as the back diff, the rear diff, they're expensive. And the AYC works, that's another thing, or ACD, active centre control diff, which is up here. So you press those buttons, go through tarmac, gravel, snow, perfect, they all work fine. One key thing to know, if all of those three lights are on, that means that the AYC pump or ACD pump is not making pressure. So generally that's either a stuck solenoid, but more than likely it's because water's got between the actual pump housing, which then corrodes it up, and at worst will actually jack it apart because the corrosion gets that bad, which obviously stops the pump working properly, stops it making pressure, which then gives you the lights, and then it's the AYC or the ACD isn't working properly, and that is a very costly affair. I've done lots of those, rebuilding the pumps, and even low mileage examples, because where they're situated on the car, on the 8s forward, they're on the near side rear, which is the worst possible place they could be on a UK driven car, because that's where all the dirt's going to be, on the near side closest to the hedge. And if your pump is totally knackered and can't be rebuilt, if that corrosion's got that bad and cracked things, you're looking over £1,000. Not nice. So yeah, that's one thing to look out for when you're buying one. As well as that, corrosion, the rear chassis legs in particular. I'm just going to tell you briefly what to look for, because these are very expensive things to get sorted out if you do get one. Yeah, so corrosion in the rear chassis legs, basically that's because the rear subframes, which hold the rear diff in, are actually in two pieces connected to the rear chassis legs. Obviously these get launched and driven quite hard, and because those two subframes are in two pieces, that means it puts all the stress into that thin metal, the chassis legs, which also have holes in, so all the dirt gets in there and sits, and when that does stress and move about, when you give it the beans, it then works its way into the metal, which then creates horrific rust. But luckily, spit it out, this had a full underside restoration, everything is good, everything's been powder coated, and all of the undersides have been painted, so it is bob on, ready to go. So now we need to find a bit of road in Mexico now. This is all up to temperature, don't we, Mr. Nathan? We'll try it in low boost first, because this actually has two settings. On low boost it's about, I think it's about 480 horsepower, which is, it's pretty good, eh? But I'm expecting it to go quite well, so just drop it a little bit, just roll it in. So boost starting to come in there just before 3,000 RPM, I think around 2.8, 2.9 that came in. So obviously it's very responsive. That helps with it being it's still a 2 litre, so it's obviously going to be peppy. It's going to fill up those bores quicker with that boost, and because it is the 4G63, it's got the variable valve timing. That means you can actually tune the timing and the ignition and everything to bring the boost in sooner. So yeah, that's pucker. We do need to try it in high boost, don't we, Nathan? Yes we do. I'm really happy with this seating position. This is the first Evo I've sat in with standard seats that I've been like, yes, good. Yeah, so well done, previous owner, this is very good. And if by magic that's 480, let's press this button down here. You can probably tell it's got anti-lag as well. Unreal. Feed it in. Oh, she's fast, eh? Unreal. What a thing. Look at through, bro. Unreal. 552 horsepower in an Evo is very fun. Did you have a nice time there, Nathan? I don't want to go too mental because we've run out of runway on this private runway we're on. But yeah, incredible car. Do love Evos, so spot on. So the Evo 9 FQ320/FQ330/552. What do we think of it? Oh, I maintain and stand by my statement. Any Evo chassis that's got good suspension, good wheel and tyre setup is incredible. Throw some more power at it, next level. This thing is absolutely unreal, to coin a phrase. Is absolutely brilliant. Yeah, I've had a fantastic time today. Hope you've enjoyed a little bit more of a deeper look at this lovely Evo 9. It is definitely one of the better ones we've had. So yeah, follow us at Dream Car Giveaways. Well, just follow us at Dream Car Giveaways on the socials. Follow me at Cy Bucknell. If there's anything on the page that you want to see us do more of an in-depth reviewing, let us know. Thank you very much to Nathan. Thank you, Evo. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.